Hey guys, so in today's video, as you can tell from the title, um, we're going to be talking about Elon Musk's Neuralink. And before I start this video, before I get into anything else, I just wanted to say that in no way, shape, or form is this video a conspiracy. Because again, this no way is this going to be a conspiracy about what it could be or what. Well, I guess. You know what? I'm just going to say it's not going to be a conspiracy because a lot of videos about this stuff could be. But I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to show you guys and talk to you guys about the correlations between the two things that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Of course, one of them being Elon Musk's Neuralink. The other thing is going to be about this band, Starset, and why in particular I chose this picture. So I'm going to leave this up there. I'm going to leave that up there because I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But I first wanted to talk about Elon Musk's, Neuralink. I don't know how many people have saw this going around the internet about him talking about his device called the Neuralink. Again, I believe that this device could be very beneficial. I mean, they were talking about how it could help with depression, anxiety, a lot of different things that we suffer with. But I also wanted to say that this could be very harmful in the way that a lot of the younger generation is going to see this device and want to, leave this reality. And I say that because this device can essentially let you create a reality of your own. Now, again, I'm not going to say that that this is all bad, because again, there are good things to it. There are very good things to it. But it would be different. It would be different because if Elon Musk was just talking about how it could help us medically, then yeah, okay, I'd be down for that. Because again, it's something that could help us medically. But this thing that the thing that he's advertising about this thing is it essentially can take your memories from your life and make them into, like, I guess, this archive. There are a lot of things with this device that you can do. One of them being that you can archive your memories, make them into, I guess, where you can see them later in life. Again, that's very good. That is very good. But the problem with that is he's also talking about how if you die, and again, this is getting into a topic that I do not understand and I don't really want to talk about, but I'm going to say it anyways. He's talking about how this device can essentially have your mind transferred to another brain. I'm not going to say another person. I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm going to say another brain because essentially that's what the device can do. Is it'll allow you to download, and I say download because that's what I think of it as. It essentially allows you to download everything, your conscience, into another brain, essentially being immortal. That itself is very scary, because again, there could be a lot of repercussions, a lot of things that could go wrong. Again, this device is good. This device is really good. But I also believe that there are some bad things with it, essentially being able to download your memories, your thoughts, everything about you to this device, and essentially, when you die, choosing whether or not you want to continue living. I'm just very off put by that, because again, we're human. We're not immortal beings. We are meant to live and die. And I'm sorry that I'm saying all this, but again, we're not immortal. We're not. This device is essentially gonna create immortality. There's a lot of things wrong with that sentiment, because you you're only human. You can't decide. Well, yes, you can, but again, it's not okay. I feel like, because you're essentially wanting. Sorry, let me take my glasses off. It's making it clear. You're essentially choosing to just continue to stay alive. A lot of us, and I say a lot of us because a lot of us feel this way. A lot of us with mental health challenges would want this device because, again, it helps with depression, anxiety, and all that stuff. With along with a whole slew of other things. I may not understand it all. I may not understand what the heck it is, how it works, but I understand that what he wants this device to do is very much playing with fire. Because the device itself, while being very cool, could have a lot of bad things happen. And I mean that because, or I say that because of the younger generation. Not even my generation. My generation, we're probably already in our 20s or something like that. I'm saying the younger generation, the ones that are going to be able to use this device to essentially, you know, escape the physical reality and go into this not alternate reality, because that's not what it is. This fake reality, making it their own. And I understand why that could be an issue. We're only human. We're only human. We make mistakes, and this planet, this Earth, is not perfect. It is not perfect. Society itself is not perfect either. There are a lot of things that society needs to fix, because the younger generation, that when they see all this stuff that's going on now, or whenever they're, whenever they're living in their time, they're gonna see all these things wrong with society and feel like we don't belong here. We don't fit. We don't like it. And I myself have felt that way too. Believe me, I've always felt like I didn't fit in this society. And I've always wanted to create a reality of my own. I wanted to escape. I wanted to just escape. And while I understand that, I get that, we all want to escape a reality where we don't belong, where we don't fit in, where we feel like everything's against us. I get that. But again, this everything that we are and everything that we've created, well, sometimes bad, there are a lot of good things. There are a lot of awesome things out there. I mean, There are things that we haven't even experienced or explored or done in so many things, in so many areas. And I see all these games. Like, I've played a game called Mass Effect. And if anyone's played that game, you see that these characters, these people, both extraterrestrial or human, have created a civilization where they coexist, essentially. And games like that, it makes me want to explore. Like, it makes me want to know what the heck is out there. Because you see all these characters in that game, some that could and would look really real out there. But going back to this whole thing, going back to the whole Neuralink thing, and I'm going to show you what it essentially could or would look like if if it is or would ever be in the market. So essentially, this thing right here, this thing that I have my cursor on, um, this machine, this thing would implant this device into your head. I don't know exactly if that's where it would be, like where they would implant it, but essentially there's these wires, there are these things that'll help with essentially stimulating the mind and creating these what we'll call fake feelings and emotions and all that crap. And like I said, what he's creating, while very good, could be very bad. I'm being very serious about this because, again, it is scary. It's scary knowing that a device like this could be created, but also be very dangerous. Because again, you're gonna have kids, younger generations who are gonna want this thing to essentially create their own realities and not have to live in the reality that we have now. I get that, I understand that. A lot of people probably would like that. But again, I myself probably would be too scared to have this implanted in my head. Because again, I'm not one to be what we'll call gung-ho about all this stuff. Like, having something implanted in your head. You know where I'm coming from? It's like, knowing that you'll have this implanted in your head is yet it's cool, but yet it's very scary because this thing is a computer, essentially. It's a computer, and what Elon Musk wants to do with this thing, while very cool and very good, is also very bad. Because, like I said before, in the earlier parts, this thing is going to create immortality. You are going to have this thing essentially take everything from your brain and all this information, everything about it, and put into another brain. Which I know it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense at all about all this, but like I said, this thing is very good in a lot of areas, because again, it's something that medically could help for a lot of things that affect a lot of people. Like, it affects a lot of people. Depression, anxiety, eating disorders. We have a lot of challenges. We have a lot of challenges, whether it be mental health or physical. This thing right here is good. And if that was the only thing that Elon Musk was creating it for, was to help with uh, the medical practices, that'd be great. Shoot, I'd want that implanted in my head. Because again, I have mental health challenges. I have anxiety, I have depression. And I'm very open about that one. About my mental health on here. And I personally, if that was what it was only going to be used for, of course, I would want to get that. But he is creating something that, again, is out there. It's very out there, and it's probably not even going to be in my time. But again, you have to look at it from a standpoint of when the younger generation is able to use this and has this for themselves, what damages could happen to a person? What damages could happen to a person having this thing implanted in their mind and deciding, instead of actually living in a reality where we are now, I'm going to go create my own. Like, I'm going to have this whole reality to myself and make it my own. I understand that it could be good, especially for someone that, say, let's just put it like this. If you were in a coma, say you were in a coma, you couldn't do things in physical reality. I understand we're wanting to create a reality in your mind if you can't even physically experience something, but you still want your mind to be stimulated. I get that. But we're not in that. We're not in a comatose state. People that could have this implanted in their brain would essentially still be physically alert in the reality, would be essentially physically alert in the physical reality, still be able to walk, still be able to do everything, but yet would also just want to be in that reality that they created for themselves. And I'm probably being serious about this. I'm probably being too serious about this. But again, it's very scary. It is very scary because again, it's territory where you're not so sure of. The mind itself is very complex. It is very, very complex. And we don't understand it. We do not understand it. And I've seen, this is actually what it would look like. It would be the size of a quarter with this thing coming out of it, and it would be implanted in your brain. I guess this was more of a rough look at what it actually would be, but I guess they kind of created it down into this thing. But again, it's very scary. It is very scary because you don't understand it. I mean, Elon Musk himself probably didn't understand it at first. I mean, he was the one that created this thing, came up with the invention. But like I said, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. There's a lot of things that could go wrong because you don't know what it could do at first. And switching up gears, I'm going to show you that photo that I just had up a few minutes ago, earlier in the video. This this band called Starset, they make what we'll say is controversial for a lot of people. Because the music itself is very out there, just like the invention that I showed you that Elon Musk has. But take a look at the side of their heads. See how all four members of this band have this device that is on the side of their heads. What this is called a BMI, and the reason I say it had said it like that, it's because that's what it's called. In this album called Divisions, a corporation creates this BMI to essentially, kind of control humans, trying to control humans. Half of the population has this thing called the BMI. While the other half of the population lives off the grid, like does not want anything to do with this thing, because they see how bad it is. Like they see it for what it is. While the half of the population that has this thing implanted in their heads, doesn't understand that this thing is controlling them, that it's making them feel something that is not real, and it is synthetic. The emotions that they're feeling while having this thing in their head is not their real emotions. That this thing is creating their emotions, essentially making the body, everything about the body, in the physical reality where they're wearing this thing, essentially in a comatose state. In one of the videos, and I think it was the second song called Manifest, and in that video, in that song, you see these two people. One has this device while working, I guess, doing something, while another one has the device. Right? They have the device, they're using it and all that. And then out of nowhere, this I guess what we'll call a drone comes out and starts chasing the person that is essentially not even using their BMI. They do not use it. They're being chased by this drone because they're not using it. And they see that. The people that created this device see that. So people that use this device, or that have this device sorry. Yeah. So people that have this device are essentially being tracked, and henceforth the person being the person being chased. Like, if you're not going to use it, then we're going to make you... Oh god, hold on, let me get some water, because I'm coughing like crazy. So you're being chased because you're not using the device. So we're gonna make it that in the video they're gonna, or in the video you see that the drone. Sorry, I was spacing. Oh god. So in the video, you see this drone chasing the person, and the person is running through the streets. They're running through the streets, scared out of their mind, because they know that this thing is going to not hurt them, essentially make it so that they're trapped in this BMI. Somewhere in the video, I don't know if it's towards the end. I believe, yeah, it's towards the end. This person is now completely still. Like, they are not moving, not doing anything. And you see that the thing on the side of their head is now red. Essentially meaning that they are trapped. That they are a prisoner in that BMI. And in other parts of the video, you see kids, teenagers, that have this device and are using it because they want to escape. They want to not have to live in a reality where they don't feel like they belong. And this parent, I believe it's the father of one of the kids, comes into the room and sees their child just sitting there on the floor with this kind of synthetic smile, this fake smile. Like they're experiencing so much joy, so much happiness. But yet the father sees that it's not real. Like the father sees that this thing on the side of their head is creating that feeling. Also in the video, in the video of their song, you see this child, this young teenager, kind of go to this place where they're essentially taking out this BMI. They're removing this whole device from the side of their head because they finally understand that this thing is hurting them. Not physically, nothing like that. More so that their mind is being controlled and that this synthetic feeling is not real. And a lot of the freaking songs, the videos in all of these, in this album, depict something or other that is either good or either bad. Like, a lot of the songs don't even have videos. They're just the songs themselves. But at the end of each song, you hear something like a person or a machine or anything. And then towards the end of each song, like I said, you hear these things, like you hear what's going on to that person. One of the songs was even at the end I heard and I understood it as this person going to use essentially what we'll call credits. Using these credits to buy something. I don't know what it was. But it says, essentially, I'm not so sure if I'm going to say this right or if I'm even saying it correctly. This machine, this computer, tells them to step forward onto the platform, which the person does. And again, another prompt comes up, asking the person what you would like to do or buy or whatever, I believe. And so the person selects the thing that they want to buy, but they can't use the credits. Like, they can't use it. So this person tries to use it another couple times before essentially being scared because they set off an alarm and then, waking up and realizing that it wasn't real. And that's how most of the end of each song is. It's like you'll hear, like, you'll listen to the song, but then at the end, there's like this whole other thing going on. It's very hard to explain because each song has a different thing going on. Each song has a different ending. I myself, I love the fact that they're able to do this. I mean, the music itself is very good. Like, it's very good. And I myself I'm not doing enough to give it justice. Like, if you listen to the songs from this album or any of their albums, they have like 3 albums. This is like the third one, the most recent one. Mind you, that whole album is set. This one, Divisions, is set in 2049 when everything changed. Now, do I believe that we may get those in 2049 or sooner? Probably, but it's far unlikely because, again, this takes so much effort, so much time, and creating something like this is just daunting. Like, you like, as a consumer, you don't realize how much effort went into something. Like, say, an Xbox or a computer. You don't see how much effort is behind everything because you're only seeing the initial release of a product. Because, I mean, you're not the one creating it. You're not the one, you know, behind every movement. You're only the consumer. So, do I believe that we're gonna get this Neuralink anytime soon? No, because again, it takes time, especially with something that we don't understand, like the mind. We don't understand it's a sea of unknown things. So, like I said, do I believe that we're getting this type of thing anytime soon? No, because again, it's very out there. It's very out there. It's very far fetched. Um, would I love to see something like this? Yes, but without all the fear of mind control. And I put quotations around that because it's like, it's very weird. And you don't really understand it. You don't really know what could happen. And I'm pretty sure mind control isn't one of those things. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Um, but I mean, the songs that this band creates, the Starset creates, I'll even link down below their YouTube because their music is good. Like, it's very good, and I talking about it myself is not doing it justice. There's so much behind the music. There's so much emotion, so much that just goes into each song. And Dustin Bates, the creator of these songs are is he's doing it himself. He's doing it himself. He has a PhD. Um, he worked for, I believe it was NASA or something like that. But he worked on a lot of different projects for something. And in a pod or not a podcast, in an interview that he did, he was talking about this whole album. He was talking about it all. And the person interviewing him asked, "Do you regret getting your PhD, but not using it the correct way?" And he said, "If you asked me that 6 6 years ago, I believe it was. If you asked me that time around that time, yes, I would say, because again, that's a lot of money that he missed out on. And he said, but now doing what I love, I don't regret it. Which is surprising to me because I mean, using a PhD to create music the way he does is it's very out there. Like, it's very good, but again, it's very far out of this like whole industry. I mean, they were he was even talking about how, you know, having a manager that um that would manage us for our music. It's very hard because the managers, they don't see this as a full thing. Like, they don't see it the way they do. Like the artists and the band, they don't see that in that way. The band knows their potential and knows that, yeah, creating things that are essentially controversial is a part of who they are. Mind you, this band is from Ohio, or at least I think Dustin Bates is. He's from Ohio, from a small town in Ohio. I don't remember what the town was, but he never thought that, you know, he would have a band like this. He didn't even know if he was going to be in a band or wanted to even have a band. This just kind of fell into place for him because of having this PhD and and having this knowledge of all this different stuff and using it to make music. It is it's awesome. It's very cool. I love their music. Like, I can't stress that enough. I love their music. Their first album, I believe, was, let me check. Let's see. Yeah, it was Transmissions. That was their first studio album in 2014. Um, the other ones, the remixes, the Dade something, and then the Prox Transmissions. As you can see, they're all EPs. Like, they weren't even fully released as albums. But Transmissions, Vessels, and then the most recent one, Divisions. Those three albums tell a story about a future that is basically a dystopian future. And that music itself, like, I'm saying this over and over, it's very good. It's very good. It's music that I feel would speak to a lot of people. And even if it doesn't speak to you, it's very good music. It's very different from a lot of the music that I listen to. But I mean, the way that everything is put together, the way the storyline of each album is put together, it's like it's essentially a story. It's a story of this world that is far in a future that probably won't even exist, but yet it's well put together that makes you feel that it's real. I mean, like I said, the way that their music is, the way that Starseed puts their music, or no, Starseed. Sorry, I said something else. Starset. the way that they put their music is very different from a lot of different other artists, creators in the music industry. It's very different. But then you have the band member, the lead person, who understands that Elon Musk is creating something that could essentially put us into that future. Which, when you think about it, it's very awkward. It's very weird. And again, like I get it. It's not gonna be real. Like the music, that their songs, everything that they do is not real. But again, it's very out there and it's very possible. Sorry, I keep looking this way towards the other monitor that I have to make sure that I'm still recording, because. But anyways, like I said, you have this artist's band that creates something that is so out there, that's so far fetched, that it's possible never to happen. But yet you have this inventor, Elon Musk, creating something that is and would be available. Sorry, I keep pressing buttons. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how many correlations are actually in all of their music. Because Dustin Bates said, the lead creator of the band, said that he gets his inspiration from Elon Musk. Which I can see why. This man creates things that are so far from a reality that we actually live in. And I've been going on for a long time now. But I mean, everything that both this band and this inventor are doing are essentially getting creative juices from each other. Because while Elon Musk doesn't take anything from Starset and their music, it still derives him alone, he derives his own inhibitions. Like, he drives himself. But yet here you have this band and this lead creator of the band that basically had based all of the music off of what Elon Musk is doing. It's very cool. It's very awesome. And I mean, when I listen to their music, when I listen to the music that they have, it makes me feel like, one, yeah, this is not like, this reality that they're creating is not far from what we would create. I mean, look at the devices on the sides of their heads. These 3 lights. I mean, you see how crazy that is. Because, I mean, you're essentially having this thing implanted in your head. While it looks nothing like what Elon Musk is creating. It is scary to see that, this would be implanted into someone's brain. And how similar they look. I mean, this is the size of a quarter, and probably doesn't do what this thing does. But it's like, I am fascinated at the correlations between Starset's music, and then this device that Elon Musk's making. Well, yeah, Elon Musk was probably creating all this stuff before this album, Divisions. Dustin Bates, the creator of the band, or the lead vocalist, saw this and made a whole entire album, a whole freaking story about a device that could control the human mind and could trap a person on will. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, yeah. And again, I'm gonna say this at the end of this video because it's already the end. In no way, shape, or form is this a conspiracy. And in no way, shape, or form is any of this probably facts. Because it's not. I mean, I'm searching it up myself, talking about what I have going up in here in my noggin. So this is not facts. This is probably nothing that is correlated to anything that Elon Musk is doing and what it could be used for. But it's very interesting to see that the band had gotten this idea for this album from this person, a science creator person. Like, it's crazy. And I highly suggest listening to these 3 studio albums, Transmissions, and then Vessels, and then last, their most recent one, Divisions. Listen to the albums, because you will, like, I know I feel this. The storyline for these 3 albums are very well put together. They're very well put together. While some people probably will not like this music, will not feel the same way I feel. I get that. We all have different tastes. But if I could recommend a band, anyone at all, it would have to be this. Because again, their music is different than anything else. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. You guys have a good day, good week, weekend, whenever you're watching this. I hope you guys have a good week, day, whatever. Give this video a like, dislike it if you didn't. I mean, there's a lot of different opinions on this, and probably some people don't even like it. But again, if you didn't, then just give it a dislike. Also, hit that subscribe button and push the notifications and select all to never miss a video when I post. Also, comment your favorite band, artist, genre of music, things like that. And if you were able to get this thing, this Neuralink, would you get it? And what would you want it to be used for? Would you want to have your own reality? Would you want to create your own reality? Or would you just want to play games like it's talking, like Elon Musk said in the video? Would you just want to play video games with people, like your friends or something? Let me know down in the comments, because I'm very interested in seeing this different stuff. Also, I forgot to add at the end, I'm gonna be doing reaction videos to their music. I don't know when, I don't know if I'm gonna be posting anything anytime soon, but I want to start doing reaction videos to their music. While I've listened to their music, while I've seen everything, I want to make a video kind of going over everything in their songs. Some of the songs don't even have videos to me. Let me just start that off there. Some of their songs don't have videos. A lot of them do. But I want to listen to their songs and go over what I think these songs are, or what the storyline is, with each song. So if you want that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.